Can I see your cape? That is so awesome. If you run, does it flow behind you? Run. Shoo. You are so fast. Alright, so it's 9:45 the night before the party, so I figured why not make a cape, right? Right. Alright, so I've got this sparkly fabric. It's wrong side out, so you're not getting the full sparkle effect. There we go. You see how sparkly? Okay. So I think I'm going to make it as long as the shirt. I'm going to attach it with sticky back velcro so that she can remove it and just wear her Super Hannah shirt, but I'm just using her shirt as kind of a gauge on how big the cape should be. So I'm going to cut this off and sew the edges. The one thing I didn't want to have to deal with is like rolling, doing a roll hem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew just these two sides together, and it's going to be a double ply cape, but considering how light this fabric is, I think that'll actually give it a nice weight. So that's how I'm going to get around doing a roll hem on the edges. I'm just going to sew it. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm going to do a miniature scale version to explain how I made the cape on Hannah's shirt. It was very, very easy. So I already showed you how I kind of guesstimated how big to cut the fabric. So let's let this represent the cape fabric. Alright, so let's say that you wanted to have a green cape. And this, for all intents and purposes, let's say right now I'm making like a Barbie cape. Okay, so keep it, everything size-wise, like this is for a Barbie, but you're going to scale it up for your child. Okay, so then you're going to fold this in half. And you can press it with an iron or finger press it depending on what fabric you're using. And then you're going to get to sewing. Now please, even if you are like a beginner sewer, you can handle this project, so do not be intimidated by this. You're just going to straight stitch along this side and straight stitch along this side. So you're going to have your nice fabric is on the inside, and you're just kind of creating like a pocket, right? And now comes a little bit of a tricky part where I need to have a tripod and an extra hand. So hold on just 1 second, let me get you situated. Alright, so we've got our fabric and it's sewed and we've created a pocket. Now what you're going to do is you're going to turn it inside out. Remember, it would be sewed, so it's a little weird, but just imagine now you have this pocket. Right, pocket, but it's sewed on here. Now you're going to gather. Do not be intimidated by the word gather. Basically all it is going to be a long stitch across the top. Now, I'm in my sewing room and I can't find a sewing needle to save my life, so obviously it's time to start cleaning. But basically you're just going to take long bites of the fabric with your needle all the way across the top. Let's hurry this up. Okay. Now you're going to pull it from both sides, the string, and gather the material up until it is as big across the top as you want your cape to be. So envision your shirt, and this cape is going to be mounted at the back collar. So remember, this is like for a Barbie shirt. Mine right now. That's why it's so small. But yours is going to be larger if it's for a child or an adult t-shirt. Then I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, cut twice as long as this top gather. So for Hannah's shirt, it was like 10 inches. But right now we're obviously just working on a miniature scale. We're going to push, and this is kind of all done with your hands, and you're going to pin it in place. You're going to bend it around the back, so that your ribbon seam is in the back. And then we're going to take some pins and just kind of pin it on. This is a time right now when you can check the gather and make sure that it looks the way that you want it to, that the cape is falling the way that you want it to. And just pin that ribbon on so it's nice and secure. You can kind of see my little mini cape. And then we're going to throw all of this, and this is lots of layers, so you're going to need to make sure that you sew it very slowly. You're going to put it in your sewing machine and sew, 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 just to stabilize this whole piece together. Now we need to figure out a way to attach it to the shirt. And this is the best way that I found, especially for kids, because they can be fickle. They either want their cape on or they want their cape off, and this is the best way to accommodate that. So I use the sticky back Velcro. I just get this at Joann's in the Notions aisle. This one comes with 15 sets, so there's tons for extra projects. Basically, it's a 2-piece. And what I like to do is there's a soft side and obviously in a kind of pricklier side. I like to attach the softer side to the shirt so that even when the cape is not on it, it's not like leaving this on the back of the kid's neck. It's just a nice little Velcro. And we'll put the pricklier side on the cape. So you match them up and you take off the sticker back and attach it to your cape. I can probably only just use one. So now you have some Velcro on your cape, and then you just, where's the shirt? There we go. Then you just line it up onto your shirt back collar, squeeze it on there, and you're good to go. So if you want to, there's your removable cape. You can also go back with your sewing machine and sew it on if you want to, but you don't have to. That's the nice thing about the sticky Velcro. So when you want to wear the cape is on there, and when the child doesn't want to wear the cape, you just peel it right off. Voila! That is how I made Hannah's sparkly little cape.